DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We are out at the Tucson Rodeo, 100 years of the Tucson Rodeo. This whole thing began in 1925, and it is still going. Last year we were out here. It was the 100th rodeo. This year, of course, it is the 100-year anniversary of the rodeo, 1925 to 2025. It's really cool kind of seeing all the little kids wearing their hats. And we're actually kind of really close to, there's this line of people. And when I first kind of looked up, I thought, well, there must be something there, or there must be food over there or something. But, J-Dub, it's not actually food. It's called Allen's Lids,
right? And
they're cleaning people's hats.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Allen's Lids was around last year, were they not?
Probably, I would imagine. I don't remember if they were in this same area with us or not.
Yeah,
but
I'd like to refer back to my statement from an hour ago about dust and rodeos kind of go.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes sense.
That's cool. So I'm kind of trying to keep an eye on it to just see how they clean people's hats and all of that. If you know anything about cleaning your cowboy hat, give us a call here at 520-848-1290. I had to take mine off because the wind got a little crazy out here. I might be able to put it back on now because it was blowing it off my head here. My borrowed Stetson,
right,
from our buddy Pork Chop, who hooked me up again this year. He hooked me up last year with this lid, and he hooked me up again this year. So props out to our guy Pork Chop from Kim FM, the morning show with Max, Pork Chop, and Shannon. He's always coming through, and check him out. If you want great country music, go find Pork Chop. Go find out where Pork Chop is DJing tonight. Usually it's the Maverick. That's normally where he houses up. I think he's down at Corbett's on some nights as well. They have country music down at Corbett's now. Lots of opportunities to find our guy Pork Chop and get your country line dance on.
You mean Pork Chop, the hardest working man in the industry
exactly.
Here in Southern Arizona?
He is by
Pork
far.
Chop.
He's the hardest working man at our station anyway. No question about that. Pork Chop sleeps overnight sometimes. He works so hard to make sure he's there for the morning show. We love that guy. Appreciate him immensely. Another great guy from Bloomington, Illinois, where I went to high school, or near where I went to high school. I went to high school on the other side of town, the normal side of town, as we like to say, back in the day. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Our guy Doug in Tucson checks in on the text. He says, I'm glad you asked Coach about Delhi, Anthony Delorso. As a fan, I like seeing him active around the rim, but I understand Tommy's perspective that he wants his first priority to be setting up on the outside since we need his shooting and have other guys who can attack. And that was kind of a follow-up to the question I had asked Tommy a couple of weeks ago about Anthony Delorso, and he basically said, look, he's got to shoot. He's the guy that we help stretch this offense. He's got to be able to shoot the basketball. But the last couple of games, we've actually seen him make some nice creative plays at the rim, make nice cuts to the rim, and be able to score at the bucket. And so I just asked Tommy today, I said, hey, I understand you want him to be this outside shooter, but if he's got opportunities to make plays at the rim, are you okay with that? And basically, I don't know if we have that by chance cut up yet, J-Dub. Do we have that by any chance?
Oh, yeah, it's all cut up. I'd have to go look for it. It's
okay.
all DK with TL at this point.
Okay. But, yeah, basically he just said, I'm fine with him attacking the rim and going to the basket as long as his outside game is coming off of that. And that's not his first choice of things to do in this offense is essentially what Tommy Lloyd said today.
There's two terms that are very cliche that we're talking about here, DK. One of them is take what the defense gives you, in which case if he's getting crowded at the three-point line and he can get past his man, putting pressure at the rim is always a good thing. The other one is keep the defense honest. And the problem with this Arizona Wildcat basketball team, as people should know by now, is it's the worst three-point shooting team by percentage in U of A history, and the
Right.
three-point line came in 1987. So what we're talking about is if you've got guys like KJ and Caleb Love and Jade Bradley, and their primary goal is to get 2 feet in the paint and put pressure on the rim or find teammates after drives and kicks. If Anthony Delorso is not taking shots within the flow of the offense, catch and shoot shots, then who's going to? And if you don't, then the defense can collapse into the paint, and it really clogs up those driving lanes. So you have to have people within the flow of the offense take those open looks to keep the defense honest. You also want Delorso taking what the defense gives you and getting by his man on occasion. I think Tommy's biggest point was he doesn't need Delorso to be primarily a facilitator because he's the best catch and shoot three-point shooter on the team. And it's better if the other guys who are great facilitators are able to draw extra defensive attention and find Delorso for an open shot. That way, the defense has to stay out of that lane and there's more space.
Yeah, it's very interesting, just the whole dynamic of that and how it works. But he did say that he's very happy with what he's gotten out of Anthony Delorso the last 2 games, and that would be the Baylor game and the Houston game. So we'll let you hear that coming up a little bit later or tomorrow. DK on the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. DK with TL. The questions that I pose weekly.
Yeah, I mean,
to
I
the
have
coach.
it right now, but I don't want to spoil it for all the people.
Hey, we can never spoil this fan base too much.
True,
We can never
that's
spoil
true.
this fan base. All right, let's right now give you our BetMGM Network top play of the day. And our BetMGM top play is brought to you locally by Oral Ford at 3950 West Highway 77 in Oracle.
Hola, amigos! Brad Evans here to help you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. The Wisconsin Badgers are red hot, and it couldn't be at a more perfect time. The Badgers have won 5 straight and beat the Boilers in West Lafayette by double digits this past weekend. It's time to buy in. Wisconsin to make the Final Four is my bet. Hashtag Team Huevos. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
Flowers, chocolate, more flowers, more chocolate.
Searching for the perfect Valentine's gift? Oro Ford's got you covered. Save 10 grand off MSRP on new 2024 F-150s and new 2024 Super Duty trucks. Or get an incredible 12 grand off MSRP on new 2024 Expeditions. Take the easy drive from anywhere in Tucson for the sweetest deals all February long. Only at Oro Ford and oroford.com, where you'll always get 2% tax savings and no dealer add-ons.
Restrictions may apply. Not everyone will qualify. See Oro Ford for details.
All right, so Brad Evans likes Wisconsin to the Final Four. That's a pretty good bet right now if you wanted to take that at plus 800. So that's essentially 80-1 right now. Their odds to make the Final Four. Obviously, we saw them early in the season up in Madison, and they handed the Wildcats their first loss of the season. Wisconsin right now is 11-4 in the Big Ten. They're 21-5 overall, 11-4. They've won 5 games in a row. They're in 3rd place right now, a half game ahead of Purdue, who they just beat, and Maryland, who absolutely destroyed USC, I think, last night or the night before. And they are 1 game behind Michigan State and a game and a half behind the Michigan Wolverines right now. So Wisconsin at plus 800. Your $12.90 bet on that right now, if you took that, would win you $103.20 if Wisconsin makes the Final Four. Here's what we got right now. Let me just give you these real quick. The top bets right now in terms of Final Four. Auburn at minus 167, Duke at minus 124. Those are the only ones, so they're on the minus side. Those are the only teams on the minus side, which means they're most people believe that those will be at least 2 of the 4. Houston at 150, Florida at plus 160. These are all now plus. Alabama at plus 180. Arizona right now is plus 700, so that's a good play if you want to try to make some money. And then you've got Wisconsin at plus 800 right now.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say Wisconsin, the biggest thing is how are you playing when the tournament rolls around? And as far as their Big Ten schedule, they really start off slow. I think they were 1-3 to start the Big 10, but they've won 13 out of the last 15, DK, including wins over number 7 Purdue. They obviously beat, some of the better teams. Rutgers is hit or miss, but they handled those guys pretty easy. 13 out of the last 15 games total, so they're definitely playing well right now, and that's what really matters. None of these games recently have been close. They've won almost all these games by double figures outside of the game at Northwestern, which they won by 6. So, yeah, Wisconsin's playing great ball right now.
I don't know if you heard the couple of days, or it might have been last week, Ryan Horvat, who usually is on, we hear him in the mornings, he likes St. John's in the Final Four. They were plus 500. Now they're up to plus 700. That's Rick Pitino's squad. What do you think about the potential for St. John's back in the Final Four?
Again, I think it's the same story we talked about a long time, is how tested will they be?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they've played Marquette and UConn. Those are 2 good teams in their league. But outside, there aren't a ton of great teams. So they've got, coming up, they've got UConn. That's still always going to be a tough out. Butler, Seton Hall, and Marquette. I like the way they're playing. I mean, how could you not? I think they've won something like 14 out of 15. So a very hot St. John's team right now. And Pitino's style is always really hot when they're playing well, right? That style of get in the pressure lanes, get turnover teams, and get easy, quick change offense, and then shoot a lot of threes. That's been Rick Pitino's style since the early 90s. Just ask Knick fans. So, yeah, I mean, I really like their team makeup. I like the style that he plays, and you can't argue with wins at home versus Marquette and at UConn in the last 2 weeks. So they're playing really good. They also just beat Creighton. So good team. They're playing really well right now, just like Wisconsin, playing really good ball when it counts.
All right, we had 1 win and 1 loss last night. We lost on that Clippers game. Clippers-Bucks, the play on that was to take the over at 228, 116 to 110. Milwaukee wins 226.
Bad beat.
So, yeah, that came in. Oh, but you want to talk about a bad beat. Was it it was one of the Big 12 games the other night. Was it TCU or West Virginia? Somebody was down 9 and hit like 2 threes in the final 10 seconds.
What happened was they hit a 3, got a steal and hit another 3. This was 8. Okay, so there's 8 seconds left in the game. I think they had a 10-point, 12-point lead.
Right.
Hit a 3, got a steal, hit another 3. So that's 6 points in 2 seconds. And then they got another steal and a chance at another 3. So it could have been a 9-point swing in the last 8 seconds of that game. And
it was West Virginia minus 3.5, I think it was. They were up 9, and they ended up only winning by 3.
Yeah.
Because of that shenanigans in the final 10 seconds.
Yeah, 8
of
seconds
the game.
left. It was the first 3 of the 2 that he made. So 8 seconds left, 5 seconds left, and then they just missed a 3 at the end.
We did get a win last night on that SEMO game. Southeast Missouri State minus 10.5 over Western Illinois. They beat the Leathernecks, one of my favorite nicknames, the Leathernecks, by 21, 87 to 67 for Southeast Missouri State. So we did take home $11.35 on that, but we lost $12.90 on the Clippers and the Bucks. So we are now still down $62 and 55 cents.
I didn't know there were sea turtles in that part of the country.
Leathernecks.
Oh, leathernecks. I thought you said leatherbacks.
Leathernecks. No,
okay.
Leathernecks.
Oh.
I don't even, is that a snake? Leatherneck, maybe?
I'd have to look it up. I'm assuming.
Yeah, something like that. All right, cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives. I think we're going to get the clown first. Maybe when we come back. We'll see. DK on the Sports Tip. Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Sponsored by AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson. With collisions reported Catalina Highway at milepost 9, crash Congress and I-10, that wreck reported on Congress at I-10. And weekday closures, the 6th Avenue underpass closes weekdays between Toole Avenue and 7th Street from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. Lows tonight near 43, 75, sunny tomorrow, 79 on Sunday. 76 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. Get matched to your perfect bed now and sleep at night. Plus, if you see a lower price, they'll match it. Hurry and stop by Mattress Firm to upgrade today. Restrictions apply.
Discover luxury at BMW of Tucson, your premier BMW dealership. Explore our extensive inventory, lease specials, and state-of-the-art service. Visit us at the Tucson Auto Mall or at bmwoftucson.com today.
You're listening to the Jim Rome Show.
I did the show a couple of weeks. I'm not gonna like it. Nobody likes this show the first time they heard it. My wife hated the show and married her. Give it 2 weeks. If after 2 weeks you can honestly say, you know what, Rome, I did it. I listened to every day for 2 weeks, and the truth is, I hate you more now than I did the first day. Then I'm gonna be man enough to say to you, you know what, you probably aren't that smart. You need 2 more weeks.
We love Jim Rome every Monday through Friday on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Our beautiful Arizona winter weather brings cooler overnight temperatures, which means some of you are now seeing your vehicle's low pressure warning light. Colder overnight temperatures can lower your tire's pressure just enough to trigger a warning light. But don't worry, many times the solution is simply adding the correct amount of air to your tires. Then get back to enjoying the fantastic winter weather. If adding the air doesn't do the trick, stop by any of our 14
1290 520-848-1290 is the number to get in and out on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. The rodeo has concluded for the day. It's a pretty fast event. Actually, it started right around 2 o'clock. Usually lasts about 2.5 hours. I think it got done. Been done probably for about 15 minutes now, so it got done right around 4:30 today. Folks are still milling around here, though, on the rodeo grounds. The line is long still to get your hat cleaned. Got to keep fashionable with those Stetsons. And we're looking forward to chatting with a few more members of the rodeo community out here. We are with you until 6 o'clock. So hop on board. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program, and we can chat rodeo if you've ever been out to this event, if you've ever competed in rodeo at this event. I would love to hear from you on your chance to do that and what it was like. Last night, the Phoenix Suns did not win in San Antonio. They lost to the San Antonio Spurs despite the fact that the Spurs did not have Victor Wembanyama, who is out for the season due to his ailment, I should say, deep vein thrombosis, as they say, in his shoulder. So not a good start to the post-All-Star break for the Phoenix Suns to go down. They have to play 4 games on the road to start this post-All-Star break part of the season, and they go down and lose to a shorthanded San Antonio Spurs team. J-Dub, not exactly what you were hoping for from them to start things off.
Yeah, they had twice as many turnovers as the Spurs, and that's not a good place to start. D-Book 4 for 14 on the day. There was a bit of extracurriculars. Did you see that?
Yeah, between Chris Paul and Kevin Durant.
Yep. I didn't have a microphone, so I didn't hear exactly what was said, but it wasn't niceties, DK. they were not happy with each other. I will tell you, I mean, Suns fans don't want to hear this, but Stephen Castle, he was the guy who was in the dunk contest recently. That guy's going to be really good. So despite the fact that Wembanyama's not there, they did just trade for De'Aaron Fox. He's obviously, if people don't know, De'Aaron Fox is a 25-10 guy. I mean, this season he's averaging 25 points and 6 assists and 5 rebounds a game, averaging. So that's who the Spurs picked up from the Kings. Going to pair him up with Wemby long term, hopefully health aside, if Wemby get well soon. But yeah, I mean, you can't turn the ball over. That's been a bit of a bugaboo for the Suns going back to last season. They're just not super connected right now, DK. It's a problem. There's so many rumors at the trade deadline that this team might be blown up in parts, and here they all together. And how do you come back a month later after a lot of the guys, the main names on the team? We talked about Bradley Beal potentially being moved. Kevin Durant was even in talks about that. And now they got to come back together and find a way to turn this 26-29 record into a playoff berth at some point, because they're definitely in win now mode.
That game was played in Austin, Texas last night. First chance for Kevin Durant to return to play in Austin since he played for the Texas Longhorns for that one season that he was in college. I was watching some of the highlights from that season, and man,
he might have been the best freshman I've ever seen. Like, I've seen basketball going back to the early 80s. Freshmen don't usually come in as 25-10 guys, and Kevin Durant was everything that you ever heard he could be. And that 1 year of Texas, he was undoubtedly the best player in the country.
In terms of the Suns last night, you mentioned De'Aaron Fox lived up to what you just said. 26 points, 7 assists.
Yeah.
For him. Chris Paul, 13 points, 10 assists for the Spurs as well. 120-109 was the final. So the Suns now are 3 games under 500, and they are just a game ahead of the Spurs in that battle for a play-in position. And we talked to Kai like yesterday about what's next for the Spurs. Do they, do they try to win this out? Do they start playing young guys and maybe try to drop back and get another piece to put next to to Wembanyama and De'Aaron Fox. It's going to be interesting to see how they play that out the rest of the season. But, yeah, the Suns have a lot of questions to answer. Kevin Durant did score 22 points in the game last night, 27 for Royce O'Neal, Devin Booker 17, but they lose again. And they'll play 3 more games on this road trip before they come back home to continue the second half of the season.
Also, Mr. Chris Paul moved into second place all-time in steals last night as well.
Oh, nice. Very
Past,
nice.
A certain guy who coaches for the Dallas Mavericks.
Jason Kidd.
Was formerly second.
Yeah. Baseball started today. Spring training games. The Diamondbacks, I think, got their butts kicked. They were losing last I looked, 12-6 to the Rockies. But good to see baseball again back being played. The Wildcats are home tonight and this weekend. They have a game coming up at 7 o'clock against San Diego. They'll take on the Toreros all weekend long. Games tonight, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday's game will be at 2 and then Sunday at noon as they look to try to string some wins together after starting the season with 3 straight losses last weekend down in Arlington, Texas.
You know how I know that? Because I got a text an hour ago from one Brody Dryden who said he's going to be in town doing the stream and wanted to know if I wanted to go out and get some beers later.
Oh, there you go. There you go. He will be on ESPN Plus this weekend.
Yep, correct.
Outstanding. Looking forward to hearing Brody on those games. We've heard Jeff Bowe on some of the both baseball and softball games, who works inside of the athletics department as the SID for football. Jeff's got some baseball play-by-play background as well. So good to hear a lot of these younger guys getting opportunities to call games. That's the one, I guess, again, we may not necessarily be able to see fans. I know some fans have complained about not being able to see a lot of the ESPN Plus stuff, but from at least the broadcast side of it, it is allowing a lot of opportunities for some of the young broadcasters throughout our community to get a chance to get some reps and call some games, and that's always a positive thing, and you would not have had that necessarily with the Pac-12 network when a lot of those broadcasters would come in from other places and were not necessarily all that local to the Arizona programs. But great to see those young guys getting chances alongside guys like Darren Sutton, who've been around a long time and have a lot of experience to offer. And Darren's been, I think he's called women's games, men's games. He was on gymnastics last week as well. He's a Swiss Army knife. Darren Sutton can call a lot of different sports and a lot of different sports well, for sure. All right, don't forget that we will be with you tomorrow at 4:30 in the afternoon for Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day as we get you set for the Wildcats and the BYU Cougars. The rematch, an 11-point win for Arizona on the road earlier this month on February the 4th up in Provo. But the Cougars are coming in here off a fantastic win over Kansas. In fact, I don't think we got to that yesterday. The remarks from Bill Self about that game that they lost 91 to 57, I believe was the final score.
Yeah, from 2 days ago.
Yeah, can we do we have that available?
Yeah, let me go see if I can grab it.
Yeah, let's hear from Bill Self because I don't think he was as upset as we've heard other coaches who get blown out in those situations, but you could tell he's not real happy with his team and the way they're playing right now. They've lost a number of games. They've fallen out of contention for a chance to win the Big 12 title, which is very rare for Kansas. It seems like they are always in the mix.
Didn't they win like 30 in a row?
Something like that. I mean, yeah, something like that until like last year, wasn't it? I think last year was the first year in a while they didn't win it.
Houston, came in and won it. But, Kansas won. I mean, Kansas was, I think, I'm exaggerating, but I think it was 18 or 19 in a row. They won so many consecutive conference titles. DK, this Bill Self thing's a little too long. It's about 5 or 6 minutes, so we'll have to wait until probably next hour.
All right, we'll do that. We'll get our break in here. We'll come back. We anticipate we'll get a chance. The rodeo's wrapped up to hear from a few of the other folks in our final hour. So before we get out of here, DK on the sports tip. The sun is now starting to dip down if you're watching on one of our many streams, we're going to be really lit up now as we start to get a little bit of sun on our faces here. And the line to get your hats cleaned is really long now. I mean, that's a business right there. That is an absolute business.
Ride good, DK.
I guess for sure. Even the young folks are going in there and getting their lids done. So I should probably take Pork Chop's lid over there and get his done since he.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice of me. Maybe I'll see if I can get one of the girls to take it over there and get it done. DK on the Sports Tip. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Westbound I-10 east of the town of Benson. Big closure in effect due to a collision. Westbound I-10 about 15 miles east of the town of Benson. Westbound I-10 closed at milepost 326. Also a crash reported Congress at I-10. Our overnight lows near 43, 75, sunny tomorrow, 79 on Sunday, and is 74 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Arizona Lottery.
When you play the Arizona Lottery, there's always a chance you'll win big, but there's also a guarantee that you'll be giving back to the community. There's joy in it all. Love the play with scratchers, draw games, and more from the Arizona Lottery.
Broadway in Tucson presents the 20th anniversary season featuring 7 Tucson premieres, including Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Hell's Kitchen, Moulin Rouge, The Wiz, Back to the Future, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and more. Secure your signature season tickets today and get the best seats at the lowest prices. Visit BroadwayInTucson.com and secure your 2025-2026 season tickets today.
If you're listening to sports,
if you're looking for an edge rusher, looking for a run stuffer, you're looking for a big-time player in the middle of your defense, you're in luck.
Mixed with pop culture, sprinkled with celebrity interviews.
You hated the title Everybody Loves Raymond. That's true. Is it appropriate for you to tell people to hurry it up?
It's appropriate on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Bill Burr is here.
I want to know who you defeated to get that title as best dad ever.
I'm the Gonzaga of dads.
And you're enjoying the Rich Eisen Show podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Don't miss out on any of the action as the University of Arizona takes on the Big 12 Conference.
Going for Lewis, and KJ slams it home for 2. Timeout.
You're listening to the flagship home of Arizona Wildcats athletics. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilders.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
Great. Thanks, William. Good meeting.
What about me?
Who said that?
Me.
Gary, I can hear you, but...
Where are you? Guys, I'm right here. You can't see me because I'm being transparent.
You're being transparent?
Yep, and we should do it company-wide, starting with how much it costs to get a Grizzly from Alaskan AC.
This is freaking me out.
Other places don't put payments on their websites. Know why?
Too much trouble?
Embarrassed?
They want to get in your house and twist your arm?
Could be any of those. Could be none of them. But like polar bear fur, we're transparent.
So people can go to AlaskanAC.com and get an instant payment?
You got it. Now you're being transparent.
Hey, I'm fading away.
I like it. Nothing hidden. Just an honest instant payment on their new Grizzly from AlaskanAC.com. Whoa, now I'm becoming transparent.
Doesn't it feel good?
We're all transparent.
And good thing, that shirt Ron was wearing was ugly.
I'm still here. Get a transparent payment on a new Grizzly at AlaskanAC.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
It's awful, hon.
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Our beautiful Arizona winter weather brings cooler overnight temperatures, which means some of you are now seeing your vehicle's low-pressure warning light. Colder overnight temperatures can lower your tire's pressure just enough to trigger a warning light. But don't worry, many times the solution is simply adding the correct amount of air to your tires. Then get back to enjoying the fantastic winter weather. If adding the air doesn't do the trick, stop by any of our 14-area Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care locations for a free tire inspection and air pressure check. And if you need help with the low-pressure warning light, we fix those too. Mention this radio offer for free installation with the purchase of any new tire pressure sensor. We'll install it in your wheel and rebalance your tires absolutely free. You'll find even more specials to get your car road trip ready at jackfurriers.com. So call ahead, make an appointment online, or just drop by. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
It's not just a donation.
It's a warm blanket.
It's a bottle of clean water.
It's a roof and a bed.
Please donate now to help people affected by the 2025 California wildfires.
Go to redcross.org to help.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station, your home for the National Football League, starting with the Hall of Fame game through the regular season into the playoffs and ending in the Super Bowl. Wildcats Radio, 1290.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Coming to you from the 100th anniversary of La Fiesta de los Vaqueros, the Tucson Rodeo. I'm David Kelly. It is DK on the sports tip. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. 520-848-1290. The sun is starting to set here. It is starting to get in my face here. DW checks in. He says the game tonight, baseball game tonight, is at 6 o'clock. I think I said 7 o'clock. So thank you, DW, for shooting that over to us and getting me corrected on that. 6 o'clock tonight for the Arizona baseball team taking on San Diego, the Toreros, over at High Corbett Field. It'll be an absolutely beautiful night for baseball with a great sunset, one of the best sunsets you're going to find here in southern Arizona. Folks are still milling around the rodeo grounds. You've got 2 more days to get out here and enjoy this fabulous event. Tomorrow and Sunday will be the final days of events out here at the La Fiesta de los Vaqueros, the Tucson Rodeo. We don't have any of the results yet from today's action. But I can tell you a little bit about what happened yesterday out here for the 100th edition. Miles Carlson of Evanston, Wyoming, had the top score in the bareback riding. He had a score of 88 points. Statler Wright, who is from Beaver, Utah, moved straight into first place in the saddle bronc. We had talked with a couple of the saddle broncs earlier. And Statler Wright had a score of 86. In tie-down roping, Britt Betke of Oakley, Idaho, earned an aggregate time of 22.3 on 2 runs to join the top 12. Paige Jones of Wayne, Oklahoma, was top 12 in women's barrel racing. She had a time of 17.84, and in bull riding, Kai Hamilton of Australia was at the top of the leaderboard with 85.5 points. Action is wrapped up for today, and of course action tomorrow and Sunday out here at the Tucson Rodeo. We're going to talk to a few more of the ladies that are participating in this event this weekend out here. What's your name, young lady?
Hi, I'm Bridget Callahan.
Bridget Callahan.
Kelly
I think I might have
Cerise.
just said your name on here. Did I say your? No, I did not. Okay. I'm sorry. Your name, young lady?
Callie Cerise.
Okay, you ladies are looking very identical here.
Really? We look like sisters or something.
Tell me a little bit about what you guys have going on out here at the rodeo.
You want to go first or you want me to? You go. Okay, so we carry the military flags for the opening.
Okay.
We are a group of about 20 ladies that come from all over the state of Arizona. We get together in the beginning of October, and we start practicing, getting our horses used to the flag so that when it comes rodeo time, we are ready and our horses are prepared. We do the opening, and we carry the opening events for all of the flags, and we
carry the sponsors.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun.
It is.
Coming out here, friends, family, and just the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everyone, they act like you're special. And that's the best part about it. And it's so much
you
fun.
You got two hats going on here now. Two hats. She's like, I can't navigate this headset and a hat.
Oh, we have little kids come up all the time, and they want to pet all of our horses.
Yes, it's
a
good time.
So fun. I had a little girl make me a bracelet yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and she was like, I made you this bracelet. I want to give it to you. And I was like, awesome.
Now,
It was so
where are
sweet.
you ladies from?
I'm from Marana, Arizona.
Marana, okay.
I'm from Marana as well.
Okay, so both of you ladies are from Marana. Grew up here coming to the rodeo every year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, and how long have you been involved in this organization?
Well, my aunt is the coach of the flag team, and
Okay.
then my other aunt is the American flag girl that holds the American flag. So I got involved.
So this is
years
your
ago.
aunt behind you there?
Yes,
Okay.
Mandy Dunham.
All right, Mandy. Yep. Welcome. Well, we'll get a mic on Mandy. I'm not sure which one she is there. Go ahead, Mandy. A little bit louder there. One more time.
right,
There we go.
yeah.
Now we can hear you, Mandy. So, Mandy, tell us a little bit about your role with the flag bearers here.
Well, we'll start with a little history. I'm actually the 1999 Tucson Rodeo Queen.
Is that right?
I have been around this rodeo for 26 years.
Now, 1999?
1999.
You were the last rodeo queen of the 20th century?
Yep, that
wow.
was me. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so I go way back with this. Yeah.
What was that experience like for you?
It was fabulous. It was so much fun. I went through a pageant, and we did horsemanship and speech and modeling, and it was a whole day process.
Oh, wow.
Started at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we probably did coordination at like 8 o'clock at night. It was a long day. But it was so much fun, and, life experience for sure to lead me through, and I just kept with it. We rodeo when we can, and we run barrels and team rope, and I come back to the Tucson Rodeo every year
There you go.
to carry the American flag. Past roles that I've had, I was Miss Coors, so I carried the Coors flag every day.
Okay.
And then I was Miss Fizzy, which was Dr. Pepper.
Miss Fizzy.
Yeah, Miss Fizzy. Yeah, Dr. Pepper was our Winter Circle sponsor for a few years, so
Okay.
I got to hand a $100 bill to our winners. So that was a cool experience too.
There you go.
Yeah. And then in 2016, Gary Williams, rest his soul, he called me up and said, Mandy, with the drill team that had been here for years, they're retiring and I need your help. And I said, oh my gosh, I am not a drill girl. And I go, well, what do you need? He goes, I need 10 girls that can ride a horse and carry a flag. And what do? I call my family. And I said, and Terry Cerise here, she is my ride or die. And she was my first one. I said, Terry, this is what we got to do. She's like, let's get it. So.
All right, Terry.
Is the truth.
Now, Terry,
Yes.
how far do you and Mandy go back?
Well, Mandy is my cousin,
Okay.
and I'm a couple of years older than her. So, but we roped together when we were kids. We did a lot of competitions, and she was always my partner. So, not only is she my cousin, but she is my best friend also. And, I kind of looked at her like, I don't really know if I want to be like a queen or anything. And she goes, girl, it's just going to be like everybody that really rides and ropes and competes in the rodeos that I'm going to bring in, because we're going to do, I have a plan, she says. And she said, and we're going to do the saluting of like the military branches, because that's what we're about. And I would really feel honored if you came in with me, because we have been so close. So she said, let's put together a team. And so I said, okie dokie. And here we are today. I've been the Jack Daniels girl here for, this will be the 12th year, I think, representing Jack Daniels and doing all the military troops. And I'm just super blessed to be a part of it. She's a great boss leader, even though she's younger than me.
All right, so young lady, what are you learning from these veteran trainers here?
The OGs.
You definitely learn a lot of patience with your horse.
Okay.
Because they don't always behave well, and
Absolutely.
we got a lot of problems, and you want to get upset with them, and it's like this is their first time seeing it all too. Some of them. And you just learn a lot of patience with it. And you learn how to properly handle yourself in a bunch of crowds, especially with Mandy. I mean, she's unbelievable with everybody that we we watch. And yeah.
So how does it work now? One hand on the saddle, one hand on the flag?
Your right hand carries the flag, and your other hand is hanging on for dear life.
Oh, God.
That's the truth.
And how often do you guys practice to get ready for events like this?
We don't really practice very often, just because we're always together all the time. But we usually start a couple months before.
We usually start about in September. We kind of get a list of who wants to come back and who wants to do this, and then we get our schedules out and we practice once a month, depending on life circumstances. But yeah, so we practice about once a month for 4 or 5 months.
Wow.
And then about 2 weeks before rodeo, we practice 2 or 3 times in this big arena here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so if young ladies want to find you and get involved in this, how do they do that?
Mandy?
Oh, thanks, Bridget. No, they can find me on Facebook. It's Mandy Rao /Dunham. They could reach out to Callie and Terry and all of our other girls. Callie Serace is big on TikTok and Instagram. she's our star of the social media.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And so you guys, every day of the event, you guys are out here?
Yep, every day.
Okay.
Yep.
At the beginning of every day of competition.
2 o'clock sharp.
Now, do you have the same flag every day, or is it a different flag?
We have this. We all carry the same flag. We're assigned a flag.
Okay.
To carry every day of the rodeo.
And your flag again was?
I am the Air Force in the opening, and then
okay.
I carry the Coca-Cola flag for sponsors.
Okay. Also, it's different. So there's a sponsors segment, and then there's a military segment as well, or just how does that work?
Yes, and I think that this year is really exciting because it is the 100th year for the Tucson Rodeo La Fiesta de los Vaqueros, and so we kind of had to really shuffle to put our team together last minute because they dropped like a lot of
flags
sponsored
on you?
flags on us. Yes, we had an extra 14 flags this year.
Wow.
So to try and pull that off and bring that together, I'm just really glad we had horses to mount everybody and bring them in. And my youngest daughter, Riley Serace, is here with us, and she just got in from Texas. She drove 16 hours to get here Wednesday night for the performance on Thursday for our new sponsor that we just got thrown in on Fry's.
All right. Anybody carrying 2 flags and no hands on the horse?
That has happened a couple times. Well,
there are some times where. So my mom is our main coach, right?
Oh, okay.
And she has a rule that if you lose your hat in the arena, you owe her a case of Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of us that will drop our reins and our flag in our elbow and crank down our hats so we don't lose them.
Don't want to lose the hat.
Yeah, we got to hairspray our hat on before we go in. We have 10 bobby pins in our hat, so by the end of the rodeo, our heads are bruised.
Oh yeah, but it's a good time.
It
and
is.
If you ever get a photographer that catches one of those shots where you have somebody that is no-handed with their hand on their hat and their hand on their flag, it's pretty cool shot to catch.
All right, so Bridget, is there a flag that you eventually want to carry, you're dying to carry at some point?
I was wanting to carry the Air Force for the longest time. I come from an Air Force family, so it meant a lot to carry the Air Force to represent my papa that had recently passed and my brother who's out serving our country right now. So just being able to carry that with my horse that I have right now, it really is very heartwarming and heartfelt that I am able to carry it and have the support that I do to be able to carry it.
Awesome. And we'll see these ladies out here. What the name of the group again is?
Tucson Rodeo Flag Team.
Tucson Rodeo Flag Team. They'll be out here Saturday and Sunday for the final two events of the weekend. Ladies, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Stay on those horses, keep those hats on, and those flags waving.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Come see us tomorrow on Sunday at 2 o'clock sharp.
There we go. Tucson flag carriers of this event. Just great to see them out here and doing their thing. All right, we're going to get Cricket will take us home.
DK,
go ahead.
Speaking of this weekend, would you like to know what's going on this weekend?
Yes. Oh, that's right. We've got Cricket there, and she's going to tell us everything that's happening here in Southern Arizona this weekend.
Indeed, it's the Tucson Together Market tomorrow, 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. right across from Hotel Congress. They're going to have food trucks, 100 vendors on site, also a donation drive for Youth on Their Own. If you want to donate, Youth on Their Own could use mac and cheese, ramen, cereal, peanut butter, shaving cream, and lotion. The Game Show Show. It's an improv game show tomorrow night at 7:30 at the Tucson Improv Movement on 9th Street. The Foothills Community Market, Saturdays and Sundays, 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. at Foothills Mall. And for next week, just want to give you a heads up, Wednesday and Thursday, 26th and 27th, the band Styx live in concert at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix.
All right. Appreciate that, Cricket. A great weekend to you, and we will talk to you again on Monday.
All right.
Thanks, Cricket.
Thank you. Cricket's getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
And from the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collision occurred on eastbound I-10 approaching Irvington Palo Verde, and expect backups on eastbound I-10 between 6th Avenue and Irvington Palo Verde. Also, that closure westbound I-10 about 15 miles east of the town of Benson. Westbound I-10 at milepost 326 is closed, and there is a lot of slowdowns, a lot of extra traffic near Irvington and 6th Avenue, and expect that through Sunday due to the Tucson Rodeo. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast. Freshen up your morning with a Wendy's Breakfast, like a breakfast Baconator or a grilled sausage breakfast burrito. Or
KCUB-AM.com/in-the-know.
EK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, we're back out here at the Tucson Rodeo, La Fiesta de los Vaqueros, wrapping up our coverage here on this beautiful Friday afternoon. We've got a couple more ladies from the Tucson Rodeo flag team that are joining us. We've got Riley Soares.
Yes, sir.
And Shelby Schmidt.
Yes.
Outstanding. Say something again for me, Shelby.
Hello.
Okay, you're good. I'm going to just put that a little bit closer so the people can hear you. What school are you ladies from?
I went to Marana High School.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody's from Marana High School.
Yeah.
Is there any other ladies on this team that didn't go to Marana High School?
Maybe a couple, but mainly we're all family, so we're pretty much all in the same
So it
area.
is kind of a family business, this whole thing with the young ladies that we were talking with before. And so how did you all get involved? I mean, did they just kind of how long, I guess, has this been going on in the family, I guess is a better way to say it?
It's been going on for quite a while. They called me because I'm Terry Soares' daughter, and we're all related to Mandy and Connie, who run it all. So they just were like, hey, we need more girls, so we kind of just did it. Yeah.
Okay, so how many years is this for you, Riley?
Actually, I did it in the very beginning, and then I left off to college for 4 years. So then I was vacant for 4 years. But I actually just came back into Texas from Texas on Wednesday, and then they threw me in the flag team on Thursday.
Oh, wow. So you're back without a whole lot of preparation and practice.
Yeah, they got a new flag, so I'm carrying the Fry's flags right now.
The Fry's food stores?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. All right.
Yes.
And how about you, Shelby? How long have you been involved?
This is my 3rd year, and I first started because my Aunt Terry had actually owned the horse that I own now.
Okay.
And they really wanted to bring him back, but since he's, in my care now, I was like, you know what, I want to come with. I want to be a package deal where he goes, I go, and he's a real trooper. So, yeah, this is my 3rd year, but we're still kicking it.
All right, tell me about your horse.
His name is R2D2.
Nice.
He's my main gun, and he's a gelding palomino, and he's just the best thing that's ever happened to me, and he just tries so hard every day for me. So
wow.
She runs barrels on him.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right. How about you, Riley? You have a horse of your own?
I do. It's currently in Texas still, so I got to still go get her. I'm actually currently riding my mom's horse right now for flags, yeah.
So now, is that where you're in school down in Texas? Or?
Yes, I was in school over there for a while, but I just finished, so I'll be coming back.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Thank
What did you study down there, and what's next?
I went to cosmetology school, so I'm currently a hairstylist.
All right, outstanding. So you
Yes,
do all the girls' hairs before they get ready to go? Is that kind of how it works? Outstanding. And then just what is your message to young ladies that might want to do this at some point?
I will say it's very fun, and it's definitely like a team. Like we all love each other and support each other, and you really got to be there for one another. So I definitely think it's something you should do because it's great.
All right, same outfits every day or different outfits every day?
Different outfits every day.
Okay, so who coordinates the outfits? Is that Mandy?
That would be Mandy and Connie, yes. Yeah.
So what are we going to be wearing tomorrow? What do we got?
I actually am not sure what color we're wearing tomorrow. Do you know? I don't really
Different
know.
colored hats too, or
no, black always.
Black hats all
the
time.
Yeah.
All right.
Just different colors, shirts and jeans every day.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, ladies, we appreciate you taking a few minutes to join us today.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely.
We really enjoyed it.
Riley and Shelby from the Tucson Rodeo Flag Team for joining us. All right, I've been pumping up the clown. I think he is finally here. We finally have the clown, J.J. Harrison. He was supposed to be here last year with us, and we didn't get a chance to get him. So we do have him, though, this year. So looking forward to a chance to talk to J.J. Harrison here as soon as we get done with a few pictures here. All right. All right. Awesome. We'll let J.J. hop in here real quick. He's got his face all made up. He's got all kinds of and we've also got the rodeo announcer, Will Rasmussen, who we had on last year, joining us as well. Will, you brought a clown with you this time.
I did. He's one of the best in the world, my friend, and always fun to work with him too. J.J. Harrison.
Well, I'm glad, because I wasn't sure if J.J. was good. I don't know if the clown talks or not. I was hoping they would send me somebody that was not going to pantomime on me.
No, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I'll talk too much. No.
So, J.J., tell me a little bit about your career as a clown in the rodeo.
I started as a contestant, and then I rolled into teaching school. I was a school teacher for a while, and I just started kind of this as a summer gig. I was just going to do it a couple times in the summer, and then it got to where I was getting phone calls enough to make it a career, and I've never looked back, and I enjoy what I do. Every rodeo is different and special in their own ways, but a lot of what makes Tucson special is it's my team. I enjoy getting to have Will. I enjoy getting to have the bullfighting team. The crew that's here is phenomenal, and they've done that. It's not by accident. When you've done a rodeo for 100 years, you know what the quality is, and they go out and they find it, and that's how they got the best of the best to put this rodeo on and to make this rodeo feel special for every single fan that's here. It's a unique experience for each person individually, but I tell you, it really is hitting a home run, especially this year. Sam Merriman has done a fantastic job. The entire committee that works tirelessly. Will and I get the joy of showing up, and we get to do this for the weekend here. They're here all year long preparing for this weekend.
Yeah, what JJ said. It's a tremendous bunch. It takes a village, right? It takes a village to put a rodeo. This is a huge rodeo.
Yeah.
I mean, they're getting 10, 11,000 people a day out here, the best rodeo contestants in the world. It's just but it is special to JJ and I, even though we do this every week of our lives, or almost.
Yep.
What a special time out here at Tucson every year, not just the 100th. Although this is a big deal, man. This weather is we're from up north, and
right, yeah.
We were begging. We just had a post-production meeting, and we were begging them to keep us here for another couple weeks.
Yeah, leave us here. We'll stay.
Right.
But,
so, how do you learn to be a clown?
There's not really.
You said you competed, so you probably watched those guys work during the time you were a competitor.
Being a competitor gives you timing. So much of my job is just timing, and anybody, you can get a stand-up comedian, but if you put a stand-up comedian in rodeo, they're going to epically fail because they don't have the timing, and I don't have the ability to set a stage and wait for that pause to make my joke funny. I have to be able to do something right now, real quick, get it out, get it back done, because then we got to go back to what's happening. I'm not the show. I'm like salt. A little bit of me and I make it better. Too much of me, you got to throw it away. So you gotta understand. You need those little moments, and you got to capture them. And a lot of it is just trying to get in and then get back out. And so much of it is who you work with. It's a learning curve. How I work with Will is different than some of the other announcers that I work with, because
now how is that? How is that, Will? How's that different?
Oh, I think I'm clown friendly, and I love and respect this guy. So I do want him to have his moment, and he and I have worked together so much that we kind of know. He knows the pauses that I'll take. And get in there, and he watches the timing thing. You got to watch what's going on in the shoot or at the timed event, and to really gauge how long you have, what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, and so. And
it's hard because it's unpredictable. There's so much of it is unpredictable, but the obvious times are when we have a hang-up. Anytime you have an event where you count on small children or animals, they make a fool out of you. So you got to have the guy that when we're hung up and Will has gone through his reads and he's done what he has to do as the announcer, I'm a viable outlet for him to go, how you feeling, Jay? What are you doing, Jay?
Yeah.
And that is my ticket to go, I need to take it for a bit. And then you just captivate the audience. You hold the audience's attention until he sees we're ready to go back down to it.
Right.
And then he just rolls right, he'll come right over me or he'll come right through me just to get the where it needs to be. And so much of that with us is that we've done it so long, I have no qualms about him cutting me off because that's what he needs to be doing.
Yeah.
And neither one of us want to drag something out. We want the flow of the show to keep going. And my job is to fill until we're ready for him to carry the action on. And part of it is you have to understand as a rodeo clown, as the entertainer, you're not the captain of the ship. Will is the captain of the ship. And when the captain gets it going, if we both got something to say, well, guess who trumps? He does. And that's part of what has set me apart, I think, is that I know when I got something really good and it's so fun and I want to force it in there, but the timing's not there.
Right.
You have to be able to let that moment go. And you can try to come back. You can try to pick it back up. But if you missed it, too bad.
Yeah.
Come up with the next one because it does not work. And I've watched lesser clowns and lesser announcers fail because they just fight over the mic time.
They can't let it go.
They can't let it go.
Can't let stuff go.
Yep.
Yeah,
you have to be able to do that.
We had the Frost brothers on a little bit earlier, Jasper and Jessica, and they were telling me that they drove all night from San Antonio. They competed in San Antonio last night, drove all night to compete here, and then when they got off the air with me, they're getting right back in the car to go back to San Antonio.
Yeah, contestants are crazy, man. They're crazy.
I couldn't live that life.
No, we show up. Yeah, we show. Tell them how our deal is.
Yeah, we go to one a week and we're tired. And old. Those, Jasik and Jasper, they're under 22. So their biggest worry is looking over the steering wheel, but anyway, they're tough. Contestants have a hard life, man, especially in the summer. Every night is an all-night drive in the summer. This time of year, there's fewer rodeos, bigger money. So San Antonio, Tucson, they're the two majors going on right now
this weekend.
And guys are back and forth. San Antonio's been going on 20 days.
Wow.
And so... Yeah, but boy, the Cowboys love coming out here. They didn't want to go back to Texas. It's cold.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they were saying.
That's right.
And it's outside here. He was Jessica was saying that it was inside rodeo there.
It's where the Spurs play.
Yeah.
When you hear on Sports Center
that
the San Antonio
or
Spurs
are
on their rodeo road trip, that's to make room for the San Antonio Stock Show and rodeo.
Right.
So yeah. So anyway. Yeah.
All right, so who do people want to keep an eye on the next 2 days out here?
Oh, well, we've got Dean Thompson will be coming back. He's a world champion bareback rider. He'll be back on Sunday. We just saw our friend in the tie-down roping, Michael Otero. And he's from Texas. He'll be in the tie-down roping. That Mark kid from Louisiana in the steer wrestling. It's just, I know, JJ said it. It's so unpredictable. You never know. But all I know is I love Championship Sunday at Tucson. I love Championship Sunday, and can't wait. And that's what we're building to, right? Since last Saturday. So can't wait.
Outstanding. Well,
it's going to be good. This is a phenomenal community that supports this rodeo.
Right.
And I don't know if they get the accolades they deserve. We do this for a living. Every weekend we get to go somewhere different in the country. And Tucson gets behind their rodeo. Yeah. Everybody knew it was the 100. And they came out and we've sold out dang near, I think.
All of them.
I think every performance has reached the sellout mark just supporting this rodeo. And it's a way of this community's it's a way for the community to say thank you to the Sam Merrimans and Mark Bairds and Jose's and all of those guys that have just put everything they have into this rodeo, and it's fun for us.
They don't have paid positions.
No, we get a check. Believe it or not, they pay us. I know it sounds crazy, but
their only payback is seeing 4 sold out in a row, and I know the weekend sold out already. So we love it too. We love and when we have great friends here, and thanks for having us back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
How many pictures do you take with kids every day?
Dude, oh my gosh. I'm even just waiting to talk to you. We did 3. I'm not as photogenic as people think, but I let them get home and figure that part out.
Same face every day, different face?
No, I'm the same, man, right down the middle.
Okay.
Same outfit, same look, and a lot of that is just I've got a master's degree in education, and I had a lot of business training, and I've really taken my job and I've made it a business. And I mean, you can tell by looking at me. I've got the same uniform every day, the same makeup pattern. We've got a merch line. I mean, so much of what I'm doing is I don't want to retire from rodeo and be broke. Mm-hmm. So a lot of this is I've had to turn this into a business. And one thing that Will doesn't talk about enough is his brother set a great mark. Flint Rasmussen was the guy that really kicked it off for a lot of guys like me that have an off-the-cuff, energetic, bouncing around style. And, he's very recognized in the community of rodeo.
Was a clown?
He is a phenomenal one. And
still is.
He retired.
He's retired now.
Yeah, but he did the job in a certain way that let a guy like me step and follow in his shoes, and it's an acceptable way to do it. I don't come out with a big pyro, whiz, bang, boom. My act is 7 minutes where I ride a donkey. I just don't do that kind of comedy. I'm a use Will's talents to help me be funny. Use the music, Austin Lopeman's talents to help me be funny. Work the crowd. It's an energy that you're bringing to the rodeo, and that's what I like to do. And so I think that it's a great job for me, and it's gonna be great to support my family. But I got to recognize the guys before me, and Flint's definitely the guy before me.
Outstanding. Well, guys, we appreciate y'all stopping by again.
Thanks for having us.
As well,
Thanks for letting us
2
come
more
back.
days. Absolutely. Every year we're going to be out here. We'd love to have you guys on talking about the rodeo and everything that this lifestyle is all about, for sure.
You bet, man. Thanks again.
Thank you so much. J.J. Harrison, Will Rasmussen,
Thank
the
you.
clown and the voice of your Tucson rodeo. Cricket, get us home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and
Appreciate
BMW
it.
of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290
Oh,
traffic and weather.
hey!
Some
All
slowdowns
right.
on the eastbound side of I-10
How are you all,
passing
ladies?
Park Avenue. Slowdowns on westbound Ajo at Mission Road. Slowing on Irvington at 6th Avenue and a closure westbound I-10 about 15 miles east of
What's
the
your
town of
name, young
Benson.
lady?
Westbound I-10
Bliss.
closed at milepost
Bliss,
326.
B-L-I-S-S?
Lows near
How do you spell your last
43,
name?
Sunny, 75 tomorrow, 79 on Sunday, and it's 73
You.
now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic
Arr.
and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows that with job site delivery as soon as same day, you can get what you need without losing valuable time.
B-U-R-E?
They help, you save. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes for same-day delivery. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. Only terms apply. See Lowes.com/same-day delivery
Why?
for details.
The garage is more than
Beretti?
a place to park your car. It holds
Okay.
prized possessions,
What's your name?
and for most, it's a bustling entryway to the
Malia?
home. That's why LiftMaster designed the
M-A-L-I-A?
first ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and two-way audio, so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and prized possessions are
EA?
secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and
H.
powered by
And what's
MyQ
your
with
last name?
smartphone control. The team at Kaiser Garage
Santa
Doors
Cruz?
and Gates are your locally owned
De La
LiftMaster
Cruz.
professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
All right. And what are you ladies? You're the sweethearts?
Are you having sewer and drain issues?
Little
Pick
miss?
Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is the name to know
Okay.
when your drains don't flow. We do the dirty jobs so you can focus on yours. Leave the drain pain to the experts. Call Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or picturerockscooling.com.
All right. Go ahead and put those on.
TFCU Gives supports local organizations who help those in need. We take pride in giving back and believe that we are stronger when we all pitch in to help one another. For over 50 years, The Haven has provided women with a safe, inclusive place for recovery with respect, without shame or judgment. TFCU
There you
invites
go.
you to join us in partnering with The Haven for the health
If y'all are
and
gonna wear
respect
your
of all
hats, I
women
gotta wear
throughout
mine
our
too.
community. Visit thehaventucson.org to learn more.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes?
Look at the young lady for the picture.
You need to call Big Lou, a term provider, 800-568-2790. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems. And if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies.
You all can hear me?
You might even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy.
That's Radio 1290.
All right, it is our final segment out here at the Tucson Rodeo. La Fiesta de los Vaqueros, 100 years of this fabulous event, and we've got some royalty to wrap things up today. I have Bliss Beretti, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, she is the Tucson sweetheart of the rodeo, and I've got Malia de la Cruz. She is the Tucson Little Miss. Ladies, welcome. First of all, I'm going to start with you, Bliss. How did you become the rodeo sweetheart?
Well, first, I actually won it here in Vaqueros de la Cruz.
Vaqueros de la Cruz?
I can't quite say it.
Okay.
I want it here at this rodeo, and it's kind of like up, with a big TV screen. It's kind of like in there where like the tent is, kind of where you can watch it. In the arena, I did my horsemanship, where I do a pattern, and then I do a pattern.
So you had to ride a horse in order to be the sweetheart.
Yes, and then after that, in the night, we had to do this pageant where we have to say a speech, model, and.
Okay, what was your speech about?
My speech about is that what I am. I mean.
Who you are?
Yeah, who I are, and what is my horse, and what do I love?
What's your horse's name?
My horse is Mick.
Mick?
Yes.
What's cool? What do you love about Mick?
Well, he takes care of me when we're out in the arena.
Oh, there you go.
Sometimes when I accidentally lean forwards a lot, he stops and kind of makes sure I don't fall down.
Okay.
He's a great horse.
Awesome. Now, Malia de la Cruz is the Little Miss. Now, how did you become the Little Miss? Is this same competition?
Yeah, but I'm in a different age group.
Oh, okay, so different age groups.
Yeah, so I did the same thing. We competed by the big screen, and I did a speech, my interview, and my horsemanship. Mm-hmm. And my horse, he takes care of me too. His name's Clifford Franklin, and
why did you name your horse Clifford Franklin?
We named him after a movie, and I thought it was.
What was the movie?
The Replacements.
Okay. The football movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, 'cause he's really fast, but he doesn't know how to catch.
That is hilarious. So how old are you?
I'm 11.
And how old are you, Bliss?
I'm 9.
You're 9. Okay.
Yes.
Did you all know each other before this whole thing?
No,
we met each other like in the pageant. Like,
in the pageant?
Yeah. Yeah, our friends. Our horses became friends.
Oh, okay. So your horses are besties, and now you all are besties.
Yes. That's actually how we met.
Oh, there we go.
Horses was like just hanging out, and that's how we met.
All right. So now, what do you guys do? Are you out here every day?
Yeah, we're going to be here until Sunday, and if you guys want to come out and see me, I'm going to be competing in the goat tying, and we're going to be doing hot laps here in the arena. So I think that's going to be fun. We're going to be here until Sunday, and then the rodeo's over, and then hopefully next year we'll get to try out again for the pageant, and maybe we might win.
Okay, so goat tying. What's that all about?
So there's a goat with 4 legs, and you have your horse.
I sure hope he has 4 legs, right?
And you run down as fast as you can to wherever the goat is. You stop, get off, and then you go tie the goat. You tie 3 legs with a goat string, and then you have to tie it as fast as you can. And then after that, you take your hands off of the goat, and then they count the time. And you have to make sure your goat doesn't get up, so you get timed. And I actually won that, so I'm gonna be here this Sunday to compete.
That's awesome. Now,
the championship.
Do you tie the goat by yourself, or is there somebody else helping you?
No, you have to tie the goat by yourself.
Oh, wow. How about you, Bliss? Do you have an event you're competing in?
Well, next rodeo I'll do goat tying.
Okay.
My mom doesn't want me to do
not quite yet. Okay.
Well, I used to do barrel race, but not anymore because my mom just don't want to.
Don't want to do barrel racing either?
Yeah.
That is so cool. Barrel racing, goat tying. Do you have a favorite that you do? A favorite event for each of you?
Oh, yeah. I like goat tying. I got this like dummy that's made out of tires.
Oh, okay.
Goat tie, and I got a pink goat tie string.
I like steer riding. It's pretty fun.
Steer riding?
Yeah.
Wow.
Last year at this Tucson rodeo, I won 2nd place in the steer riding.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did steer
Okay.
riding? Yeah, I did steer riding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
So now what school do you go to, Bliss?
I go to Lehman Academy of Excellence, down kind of like, I get down by Marana.
Okay. And how about you, Malia? Where are you at?
I am actually with my mom. She homeschools me.
Oh, you're homeschooled?
Yeah. So I go online, and I just do, like, I see my teacher, and we go over a couple of hours of work. I never know what my school's called, but I just go and I see my teacher, and I just do the steps that she tells me to do, and I'm doing pretty good in school, so.
All right. Do either one of you know what you want to be when you grow up yet?
I do.
Yeah?
I want to do this, and, well, I want to be a rodeo queen.
A rodeo queen.
A rodeo queen.
A rodeo queen. How about you, Malia? What do you want to do?
I want to be a world champion, and
Wow.
my dream is to be a barrel racer, a world champion barrel racer. Something in rodeo, but queens, they're not bad. And you know, people say that queens, it's just easy being queen, and it's not. So it's not easy being queen, but it's really fun being a queen, though.
Awesome.
And you get to meet people and interact, and they say that queens they just don't do anything. They just smile and be pretty. But I'm a queen, and I won the goat tying, so how can that be?
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
For all the kids out there that want to be queens, you can be queens, and you can do other stuff. So don't let people tell you that you can't do anything.
Yeah, do what your heart says. Don't listen to those people trying to make you not do what you want.
Absolutely. Ladies, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you.
Best of luck. Be whatever you want to be and do whatever you need to do to get there.
Right.
All right. Bliss Peretti, Malia Dela Cruz. J-Dub, I think that's a perfect way to wrap up today, huh?
That's probably the best interview you've ever done, DJ.
I think so, too. Whoa. All right. That's going to wrap it up from the La Fiesta de los Vaqueros Tucson Rodeo. Thanks to all of the folks that stopped by. Thanks to J-Dub. Thanks to Cricket. Thanks to Persilia for making a lot of these interviews happen. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll be with you, 4:30, Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day before the Wildcats and BYU. Until that time, have a great Friday night, everybody.
I'm a queen, and I won the goat tying, so how can that be?
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
For all the kids out there that want to be queens, you can be queens, and you can do other stuff. So don't let people tell you that you can't do anything.
Yeah, do what your heart says. Don't listen to those people trying to make you not do what you want.
Absolutely. Ladies, thank you so much for coming by.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio, 290 traffic and weather together. I expect to see a lot of extra traffic through the weekend through Sunday near Irvington and 6th Avenue near the Tucson Rodeo Grounds. Westbound I-10 about 15 miles east of the town of Benson. Westbound I-10 closed. Milepost 326. Eastbound I-10 frontage road closes tonight between Grant and Speedway from 9 p.m. until midnight. Lows near 40.